What's good, potatoes? Spin the leak here, and it's time for another movie review. These are always few and far between. I just didn't feel like playing XCOM today. That's weird for me. I want to watch movies and play Albion Online. That's about it. Because I like an MMO that lets you do whatever the fuck, doesn't give you a bunch of quests, and just lets you wander around the world developing your own story. I enjoy that shit. And this time around, it's going to be The Leprechaun and The Leprechaun 2. Yes, we're doing a double movie review. I'm not going to get too in-depth. I'm not going to talk about all the fucking plot holes which this B-movie has. It is ridiculous. If I even got started on it, I would go on a fucking tangent. I'm already slowly slipping into it because I want to talk about how much it annoys me. But if I were to get it down to brass tacks in the first two movies, the Leprechaun is a cursed being that covets gold. It will kill in order to get it. Those who steal the gold from the Leprechaun will be hunted down by it. Now, the Leprechaun cannot take the gold. The Leprechaun has to be given the gold that is stolen from it, which is odd how that works. It can take whatever the fuck it wants if it doesn't belong to it, but if it does belong to it and it's taken by someone else, it has to be given back. So it's kind of this odd little takeaway. So far, there are only two ways to kill the Leprechaun. That would be putting a 4-leaf clover to its body or stabbing it with wrought iron. Yeah, not too crazy about that. So, given that, the whole thing revolving around gold, not talking about the whole 1,000-year wife thing, because that's just fucking stupid. I think that was a big excuse just to throw in a female character and show her tits. But, the movie, it's not a bad B-movie. It's fun. It's campy. It's enjoyable. The camera angles, whatever. You're not looking for that in a B-movie. The gore, not really over the top. But one thing these movies offer is a slew of very fun and interesting characters, whether it's a magic-obsessed painter, a kid, a con artist, all the above. You fall in love with a lot of the characters. You fall in love with the Leprechaun himself. He's so... How do I say this? He's a jovial little trickster. That's what it is. If I could not stumble over the words. He is a jovial little trickster. He has fun with what he does. He goes out of his way to do things. He has his quirks. He has his things he has to do. He's a little, obsessive compulsive at times, but he tries to keep the good times rolling because he's really just after one thing. He tries to play himself off as a genius, but let's face it, he's a fucking moron. But there is rarely a character in these films that doesn't stand out, at least for the first two. And that's something that you can get attached to, even if you've seen the Leprechaun movies before. Strictly speaking about the first two right now, there's not really a moment that you get bored with the interactions between characters, because everyone has one defining feature, a personality. That's something you don't see in a lot of movies, especially B movies. You don't see a lot of personality, but you can learn about characters. You can get attached to characters. You can get invested in their plight. And that's one thing I really like about the Leprechaun movies. You're not focused on the killing. You're focused on the experience. You're looking at the characters, you're getting attached, you're having fun with it, you're laughing, you're going, well, that's a little bit cringy, but for the most part, it does one big thing, it strives to it, it does it, it fucking entertains you. Which is something a lot of AAA film, well, do I say AAA? Do I say AAA for movies? Which is a lot of things that big movies, blockbuster titles won't do. Sometimes they take themselves too seriously. Sometimes they're trying to get a certain point across. Sometimes there's this big moral dilemma the movie revolves around. And you just get lost in the pacing, or you start focusing too hard. You don't have fun with it. Instead, you become a part of the experience. But in becoming part of the experience, you don't really experience the movie. You experience the dilemma. You get that anxiety. That's one thing I have to say about a lot of B movies. It is a fun little experiment. It is an experience. It is something to distract you from your daily lives, and it's one of the reasons why I like crappy movies, because you can laugh at them. No matter how serious it's trying to be, there's something you can fucking laugh at. There's a way to have fun with it. And that's why I really enjoy things like The Leprechaun and Wishmaster and Toy Master and Puppet Master, and there's a lot of masters in there. But B movies in general, I always have a soft spot for. And what this movie does, it satisfies you. It is crappy, it is campy, but it satisfies the hell out of you just with the variety of characters. and the actual fucking depth to them. The acting is terrible, but the characters themselves, they're well written. You get attached. You enjoy it. That's the important thing, god damn it. That's what movies are all about. So, the Leprechaun movies, as campy and crappy as they are, they really deserve a 2 potato rating, but for the first two, I'm gonna give them both 3 potatoes. Even the second. I didn't like the second that much, but I still got attached to the characters. I still had fun with it. I still laughed at it. So, yeah. But they're walking away with 3 potatoes. Have you seen these films? What are your thoughts on it? Post in the comments down below. I may not have touched too deeply on the movie itself. I really just went on a rant about B movies in general. But I think you get the point. I think I covered the bases. Keep on, keep it on. I'll see you in the next one. I'll probably do another 2 of these.